Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Spank the Monkey back again with another unboxing video, this time of LORWYN Eclipsed Collector Booster. Alright, so the set has now been released. I was already able to open up the booster. This finally came out, so I'm looking forward to opening my collector booster box. Let's do it. Okay, so far I think this is a pretty good set. The other box that I opened was actually pretty good. I got 2 Hexing Squelchers, a couple of other good cards, so quite happy about that. But I've been looking forward to this for the whole week, looking to open some good value from this CBB. So we have 12, is it 12? Yeah, 12 packs of goodness here. And let's get right to it. Okay, so looking for some good stuff. Special treatments maybe on the shocks and some of the chase cards. Let's see. Here we go. First one. So I think these are Japanese packs, right? They are. But I think that the stuff, like the good stuff, is at the back. So okay, but we've already seen the commons, and we'll just do we'll just go through them very quickly and then on to the good stuff. Yeah, so Stalactite Dagger, Mischievous Sneakling. Oh, let me just fix the lighting situation here. By the way, these are foils, so there you go. Keep Out, Coolwrath Mystic, Crossroads Watcher. Okay, into the uncommons now. We have the Chomping Changeling, Impolite Entrance. I like this card, pretty good. Prismatic Undercurrents, Theft Weft Imbuer, and the foil planes. So now we get to the business end of this pack number 1. First up, we have a rare. It is Deepway Navigator. So Azorius Merfolk Wizard 2/2 flash. Enters, untap each other merfolk you control, and as long as you attack with 3 or other merfolk you control, get +1/+0. Okay, so traditional pack foil. And under that we have a rare non-foil Abundant Countryside. I think this is from the Commander set. Full art. Nice. Okay, so tap for colorless, tap, add 1 mana of any color to cast a creature spell, and then pay 6, tap, create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. So nice pickup there. And then we have another rare. It is a Formidable Speaker. Nice. In the full art non-foil. So this one has pretty good value if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I will not say no to that. So we'll put that over here. And then moving on, another rare. We have Champions of the Shoal in the full art non-foil. So this is for the cast Merfolk Soldier 4/6. When you cast, behold a merfolk and then exile. This creature enters or becomes tapped. Tap up to 1 target creature and put the stun counter on it. And when this creature leaves, return the exiled card. Okay. And then last, we have a mythic in foil. And this should be the super special card. It would be Emptiness. Okay, this is the incarnation card. So this is for, what is this, Dimir? For white, black. Creature, Elemental Incarnation 3/5. When enters, if you pay 2 white, basically you return target creature card with mana value 3 or less to the battlefield. If you use 2 black, then put 3 1/1 counters and up to 1 target creature. So nice, good foil there, full art, and we get a Oko with his abs in full glory. So we'll just put that over there. Okay, so good pack. We have a Emptiness there in the full art foil version, plus a Formidable Speaker. So that is, that's a really good card. I think for me, even more than Hexing Squelcher, which is a better card for CEDH. I think this Formidable Speaker is probably a better card for me at the very least. Okay, so moving on to pack number 2. So we'll just go through the commons very quickly. By the way, what's the best uncommon for this set? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of which, uncommons, we get a Markant's Loyalist in the full art foil treatment. So they actually have this in these packs, which is good. I mean, gives you a little bit more to look forward to when you open these packs. It's a nice full art foil. Beautiful. Okay, so I'll put that over there. Okay, personify giant fall. Okay, here we go for the land. And then first up, traditional rare. It's a bloodline bidding, so it's 8 to cast with convoke. Choose a creature type, return all creature cards of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield. So good for tribal. Okay, so bloodline bidding. Under that, for the rare, we have a full art non-foil off-nab goat. Off-nab goat, okay. And then next up, Tristan's command. So I think these commands are okay. This is for Golgari. Choose 2. By the way, it's a kindred sorcery elf. Create a token that's a copy of target elf you control. Return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Destroy target creature or enchantment. And creatures target player controls get 3/3 until end of turn. Untap them. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay. And then under that, we have another rare, Harmonized Crescendo in the non-foil, which, by the way, the bio box is the same, but different art, but in foil. So I don't know if there's value there. And then we have a mythic. It is Spinerock Tyrant in the, what's this, the Japanese art treatment. Okay, I'll take that. So this is a 5 to cast dragon 6/6 with Flying and Wither. So it deals damage in 1/1 counters. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with a single target, you may copy it. If you do, those spells gain Wither. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, cool. So 2 cool cards. Not sure if there's any value there, but I think our hit so far is Formidable Speaker. Okay, moving on to pack number 3. Yep, like I mentioned, I think Formidable Speaker there is the hit. Wouldn't be surprised if Emptiness also in the special treatment would have some value in it. And I don't know if this uncommon thing also has value, but let's see. Okay, here we go. Shimmerwild's Growth, Gnarlback. Okay, Glister Baron, another good boy. Oops. Okay, here we go. So now we're moving on to the first rare. It's a mythic. We have a Bloom Tender. Cool. So good reprint in the traditional foil. So first regular mythic so far. Third mythic for the box. Hopefully we can get multiple mythics here. And we have a Jubilation under that. This is from the Commander's set. 6 to cast Elemental Incarnation for 5. When this creature enters, creatures you control get 2/2 and gain trampling until end of turn with Encore 9. And then beneath that, we have a Doran Besieged by Time. So 1 white, black, and green Treefolk Druid 05. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, gets +X until end of turn, where X is the difference between the power and toughness. Okay, cool. And then we have behind that, it would be Tam Mindful First Year. So 1 and Hybrid Simic Gorgon Wizard 2/2. Each other creature you control has hexproof from each of its colors, and you can tap creature you control becomes all colors until end of turn. Nice. And for the back, we have a Kin Binding in the foil showcase full art. 5 to cast White Enchantment. Creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures that enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Beginning of your combat, on your turn, create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. Cool. Okay, so this one goes over here. All right. Not such a strong box, but we did get that Bloom Tender, though in the regular traditional foil treatment. Okay, next pack. So we'll go through the commons very quickly. So Blossoming Defense, Sourbred Auntie, Eclipsed Kifkin. So this is the nice full art foil version. Eclipsed Bogart, and then Swamp. So first up, traditional foil. It's another mythic. We have Vibrance. Nice, good incarnation here. So 3 Gruul hybrids. If you use red, deals 3 target damage to any target. Use 2 green, then you can search up a land and you gain life and you can evoke it. Cool. So this is Mythic number 5, just in the traditional foil version. And then we have a Pharaoh 4 Young Yu, 7 to cast 3 Folk Druid from the commander set, 4/7. When it enters, create a number of 1/1 green sapperling creature tokens equal to the number of counters among creatures target player controls. Then you can tap double the number of each kind of counter on target creature. Cool. And then we have a full art Champion of the Path for the cast elemental sorcerer with 7/3. Additional cost is to behold an elemental and then exile. So whenever another elemental you control enters, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Okay, and then we have Mythic number 6. So 4-pack, 6 Mythics. That's pretty good rate. We have Ajani. Okay, Mr. Ajani. What do you do? So 3 to cast with 3 loyalty counters. So +1, create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. -2, deals 4 damage to tapped creature. And then -8, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your life total. You may put any number of non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less among them onto the battlefield and shuffle. Hey, that could be quite powerful, I think. So this is the non-foil. Let me just make some space here. Non-foil full art version. Sorry, let me just fix my piles here. So why don't we put that over here? Okay, here we go. Sorry, let me fix the pile. Okay, and then under that, for the rare, we have an Ashling's Command in the super nice treatment. So Ashling's Command 3 and what do you call this? Is it? We have choose to create a token, this copy of target elemental you control. Target player draws 2 cards, or Ashling's Command deals 2 damage to each creature target player controls, and then target player creates 2 treasure tokens. Cool. So again, I like these commands. Pretty nice. So pack number 4. Sorry, no, we have three mythics. Yeah, no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mythics for 4 packs. Okay, that's fine. So okay, so maybe what we can do is we can just move the traditional rares there, foil, and then these are the full art non-foils, and then maybe the full art foil rares, and then here's the mythics over here. Okay, so I think that should do it. Okay, moving on. Pack number 5. Hopefully you can continue to get mythics here. I'd love to get at least 10 mythics. All right. So again, let's go through the commons and then uncommons. Seer, Spell Snare, and then here we go. First up, it's rare. It is Tristan, Callous Cultivator. So 3 to cast Elf Druid, 3/4 with Death Touch. So it enters, transforms, and then beginning of main end phase, you may play black. If you do transform it, and it becomes a Tristan Penitent Color. So it's a 3/4 Elf Warlock with Death Touch. So it enters, mill 3 cards, then you may exile elf card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses 2 life. Then you can bring it back. Okay, so this one is the traditional foil. So we'll put that over here. And then we have a Village Pillagers. So this is again from the Commander set. And it is 5 to cast Goblin Warrior with Wither. It's 5/5. So when it enters, it deals 1 damage to each creature opponents control. And whenever a creature an opponent controls with a counter on it dies, you create a tapped creature token. So when it comes in, you put 1/1 counters on all your creatures, and then if it dies, you can create a tapped creature treasure token. So that's pretty good. I think it's a good design. So you have another non-foil full art Abigail, Eloquent First Year. So 2 hybrid white and black. Bird Bard. So flying, first strike, and lifelink. So it enters, up to 1 other target creature loses all abilities. Put a flying counter first strike counter and a lifelink counter on that creature. Interesting. Okay. And then and we have another rare. Oh, it is Temple Garden, non-foil though. And I believe you can flip this around, so let's take a look at that. Yeah, so there you go, non-foil Temple Garden. You have the, what is it, Shadow Morn treatment. Yeah, okay, so we'll put this over here. And then last one is a Taster of Wares in the full art showcase treatment. So 3 to cast, Goblin Warlock, 3/2. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, where X is the number of goblins you control. Choose one of those cards. That player exiles it. If an instant or sorcery card is exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature, and mana any type can be spent to cast that spell. Okay, so a lot of words there. Yeah, not sure if this is a good card, but hey, at least it's a unique one. All right, and then art card. I don't know. Are they ever gonna tire of making these art cards? I mean, nothing bad to say about the artists, right? This is their work and should be recognized. But I mean, just from a collector standpoint, those cards do nothing. Okay, moving on to the last pack for stack number 1, or basically pack number 6. So far, 5 mythics. Hope you can get more. Okay, so we'll just go through the commons. Right, and then uncommon here, we have a Squawk Roaster, Goat Nap, Illusion Spinners, Bark of Doran. Okay, and here we go for the land. First up, we have a rare. It's the Kinscare Sentry. 2 to cast, Kithkin Lifelink First Strike Soldier. Whenever it attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. Okay. And then we have a mythic under that. It would be the Reaper King No More. So this is, I think, the face commander of one of the commander sets. So it's a legendary artifact creature, Scarecrow, 3/3. When it enters, put a 1/1 counter on -1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And whenever a creature an opponent controls with a -1/1 counter on it dies, you may put that card on the battlefield under your control. Do this only once each turn. So I think this is the commander of Gabriel Luna in the recent command zone. Pretty good card, good mechanic. His deck was stacked with a lot of removals in ways to put -1/1 counters on creatures. So yeah, basically steal your opponent's stuff. So nice mythic there. Okay, so this goes over here. Below that, we have a Sunderflock in the non-foil showcase art. 9 to cast, Elemental, 5/5, costs X less, where X is the greatest mana value of elementals you control. Has flying. Then when it enters, if you cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hands. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a creature with a bounce. Okay. And then we have a Grub's Command. This is 3 black and red goblin kindred sorcery. So you can choose to create a token that's copy of target Gobbo. Creatures target player controls get 1/1 and haste until end of turn. Destroy target artifact or creature, and player mills 5 cards and then puts each goblin card milled this way onto their hand. Alright. And for the foily, we got another Temple Garden reversible. Yeah. Okay, so we actually did get this in the play booster, but yeah, I don't mind. This has some good value in it. Okay, so let's put that over there. Okay, moving on to the first pack of stack number 2. So far we have 6 mythics. So we're getting about 1 mythic per pack. And we got 1 Japanese art card, which is Spine Rock Tyrant. Meaning the artist is Japanese, but at least the text here is in English. So we won't have a hard time following that card. Okay, so let's move on. Burdened Stoneback, Thirst for Identity. Darkness Descends. Silvergill Mentor. Okay, here we go. First up, we have rare. It is a Senar Innovative First Year, so 2 and 2 Simic hybrids. Gobbo Sorcerer 2/4 with Vivid. Beginning of your first main phase, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X non-land cards, where X is number of colors among permanents you control. For each of those colors, you may exile a card if of that color from among revealed cards, and shuffle. You may cast that exiled card this turn. Okay, so card advantage. By lots of text, but I don't know if that's anything special there. So under that, we have an Aberrant Return, which is your traditional, in your full art non-foil from Commander set. 6 to cast sorcery, put 1, 2, or 3 target creature cards from graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Each of them enters with additional -1 counter. Okay, so under that we have a Selfless Safe Right, which I think is a pretty good card. So 5 to cast, Elf Warrior with Flash and Convoke. When it enters, choose a creature type. Other permanents you control of that type gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Nice. Okay, and then we have a Raiding Schemes, which is in the also full art non-foil version. Each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire, and it's an enchantment for 5. Under that, we have a Leaf Crown Visionary. So this is a Elf Druid, 2 green pips to cast. Other elves you control get 1/1, so an Anthem effect. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may pay green. If you do, draw a card. Okay, I think this is a reprint, right? Yeah, it's a special guest. There you go. Special guest card. Cool. So it's a mythic, and in the nice treatment as well. Okay, let's put that there. So our first special guest. I think you can get multiple special guests, right? In these boxes. What's the best special guest? Can you let me know in the comments for this set? I miss those old bonus sheets though. Those are quite fun. Okay. Commons there. Liz Alana Dignitary. Iron Shield Elf. Thought Weft Charge, and Dundalin Weaver. Okay, here we go. Let's get something good. Mythic. No, it's rare. Champion of the Weird. Okay, I think we have like 3 or 4 champions at this point. Okay, so Champion of Weird, traditional foil. For the cast, Gobbo Berserker. When you cast it, you can behold a goblin and then exile. Pay 1, Blight 2. Target opponent blights 2. Activate only a sorcery, and when this creature leaves battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Okay, and then we have a Subterfuge in full art. 5 to cast, Elemental Incarnation 3/5. When this creature enters, target creature gains flying, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to the player, draw that many cards until end of turn. You can evoke 4/9. Okay, so we're starting to get full up here with our piles. So what we'll do, if I may, is I'll put the traditional foils over here and put that there. Okay, so Champions of the Perfect. For the cast Elf Warrior 6/6, you can behold an elf. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. And then when this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exile card to its owner's hand. Okay, and then we have a Blood Crypt. Nice, in the full art format. So I think this is a flippy one as well, right? So nice to get that non-foil though. So it goes over here. So 3 non-foils. And for the last one, we have a Doran Besieged by Time. Unfortunately, we got this card in the non-foil format, but this is in the foil version. Okay, is there any value in this? I'm not 100% sure, so we'll put that over here. Okay, art card. Okay, so that was pack number, 7? So this should be pack number 8. Moving now into the home stretch. So far, we have 7 mythics. So hopefully we can continue that mythic trend at minimum. Let's target, say, maybe, okay, at least 12. Okay, fine. So Wretched Wretch, Noggle the Mind, Eclipsed Elf, Bogart Mischief. Okay, we have a Forest, and for the rare, we have a nice Unformed Speaker in the traditional foil. I love that. Let's keep that. I'll take it. Okay, and then for the second rare, we have a non-foil full art Sinister Gnarlback, Treefolk Warlock from the Commander set. 04 at the beginning of your end step, draw a card and blight 1. Okay, so under that is LORWYN, Imperfect Naturalist. This is Golgari hybrid, 2 pips. Elf Druid 1/3. When enters, mill 4 cards and you put a creature or land card from among the milled cards on top of your library. Then you can pay 5. Tap, discard a land card, create a 1/1 black green worm creature token for each land in your graveyard. Okay, that I think that might be pretty strong. And then we have a Mutable Explorer, also in non-foil showcase art. 3 to cast Shapeshifter 1/1. When this creature enters, create a tap Mutavault token. So, wow, okay, so it makes you Mutavaults. Okay, and the last one, Mythic Special Guest. So special guest number 2, it is a Wonderwine Prophets. I'm not too familiar with what set this is from, but it's a special guest, so this is any existing card. So it's a 6 to cast Merfolk Wizard, champion of Merfolk. Whatever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice Merfolk. If you do, take an extra turn after this one. Okay, that seems rather mean, but yeah, okay, fine, I'll take that. Okay, last 3 packs now. So far we have our 8 mythics. If we can hunt for more than 12, then I think that would be a victory for us. I don't know. If we get a serialized card, then game over, right? All right, here we go. Okay, so common there, uncommon, a nice Twin Flame Travelers in the full art version. Foil, another second one. Thought Weft in the full art foil version again. Requiting Hex and an Eclipsed Bogart in the full art foil version. Nice. So you can actually get that on the uncommons. We got 3 out of 4. Okay, so I hope this tells us that, you know, we're gonna have some strong hits in this pack. Let's see. First one, rare. It is a Kin Binding, so I think that's a whiff. Under that, we have a rare. It is Impulsivity. What does this one do? 7 to cast Elemental Incarnation. 7/5. When this creature enters, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell will be put in the graveyard, exile it instead. Okay, nothing exciting there. And we have a Sanar again, which we've already picked up before. Yeah, where is that? I think we got, was it a foil that we got? Well, somewhere there. Okay, and then we have another mythic. It is Moon Shadow. So 1 to cast black elemental 7/7 with Menache. When this creature enters, it enters with 6/1 -1 counters on it. Whenever 1 or more permanent cards are put in your graveyard from anywhere while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. Oh, nice. And that's a non-foil mythic. And under that, we have a Sunder Flock, which we did already receive before. 9 to cast elemental in the full art foil version. Okay, so last 2 packs now. Definitely those Formidable Speakers are hits. And we got, I think, 2 or 3 shocks. I'd love to see one more. But yeah, I think so far that's a hit. And I'm wondering if, yeah, I think Emptiness also is a hit. But I'm wondering if that Moon Shadow is a hit. But I'll see after this opening. Okay, we have a Flame Raider, Vinebred Brawler, Nightmare Sower, and a Glamour Gifter. All ERs at the end, right? Okay. So Swamp, come on. Let's get some hits here. Mythic. No. We have a Shadow Urchin. So this is an Oof. Maybe an Oaf. 2 and black and red hybrid. 3/4. Whenever this creature attacks, blight 1. So put a -1 on a creature you control. Whenever a creature you control with 1 or more counters on it dies, exile that many cards on top of your library until your next end step, you may play those cards. Okay, so you can get some card advantage there. And then for the rare, we have a Belonging. So it's 6 to cast Elemental Incarnation. When this creature enters, create 3/1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature tokens with changing. Encore for 8. Okay, and then we have a borderless Hexing Squelcher. So that is a hit for sure. This is again one of the chase cards for the set. Unfortunately for me, not too useful because I don't play CEDH. But we have a mythic in the back, and it is Deceit. What does Deceit do? It is 4 and 2 Dimir pips, hybrid pips, Elemental Incarnation. If blue was spent to cast it, then return up to one other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If black was spent to cast it, then target opponent reveals their hand, and you can choose to have that player discard that card. So I think that's pretty good. Yeah, non-foil mythic, cool. And we have a Grub's Command in the super special version. Okay, so that goes over here, Grub's Command. Okay, now we're down to the last pack. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. We certainly did get some bangers, but whether or not this is return on my money, I'm not sure. But certainly enjoyed opening this product. All right, here we go. So commons, there you go. Okay, we have another foily full art uncommon, Eclipsed Marrow, Morkan's Eyes, another full art foily version of Deep Channel Duelist, and a Puka's Eye. All right, here we go. First up, we have a mythic. Cool. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mythics. So this is mythic number 11. It is a Morning Tide's Light. So this is a sorcery for the cast. Exile any number target creatures at the beginning of the next end step. Return those cards to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control. Until your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you, then exile Morning Tide's Light. Okay, so this is just in the regular foil version. And then under that, we have a rare. It is a, what is this? A Tango Land. I think that's what the prof calls it. Tango Land. Takes 2 to tango. So land enters tap unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Sodden Verdure from the Commander set. And then we have a Sig Wondervine Wisdom. 2 to cast Merfolk Wizard. 2/2 can't be blocked whenever this creature enters or transforms into Sig. Target creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to player or planeswalker draw a card until end turn. Then you may flip it if you pay white, and that would be Sig the Wonderbrine Shield. So it's 2/2 Merfolk Rogue, can't be blocked. When transforms, target creature control gains protection from each color to end of turn. And you can play blue to return it back. So we'll put that over here. Okay, and then we have a Tristan Callous Cultivator, also in the non-foil version. It's another flippy one, which we already got. And for the last card, can we get a mythic? A nice banner, please. It is, no, it's rare. A Goliath Daydreamer. So this is a for the cast giant wizard for 4/4. When you cast an instant or sorcery from your hand, exile that card with a dream counter on it instead of putting it into your graveyard after it resolves. So whenever this creature attacks, you may cast a spell from among cards you own in exile with dream counters on them without paying its mana cost. So I think that's quite nice. Whether or not this is of value, I don't know, but that's it for this unboxing. So maybe just to recap, if we take a look over here, we have 4, 8, 10 mythics. Of them, we have a nice Emptiness over there. Spine Rock Tyrant is in the Japanese art version, and we have 2 special guests, one of them being Leaf Crowned Visionary and Wonderwine Prophets. We did get a Johnny and the Reaper King and this Moon Shadow. I'm not sure if that's good or not, but we also did get Bloom Tender and Vibrance in the traditional foil. More or less, I think this is a pretty good box. We got also two formidable speakers, one in the traditional foil, another in the full art non-foil version. And we did get that showcase art non-foil hexing sculpture. So a lot of bangers, pretty good box. Thank you for joining me in this one. Take care and bye-bye.